Prepare yourself for mistakes, but you know, part of getting the DJ gear together, I use this app, right? And installed DJ is quite good. Alan is a nice guy, and you know, I didn't have my iPad with, so I was using another iPad, which was generously lent for this purpose, and I tried to install initially, but then I have to get, you know, 1 month subscription so that I can use all of it using Fiji. So all right, I try and do it, and it's it doesn't go through, of course, because there's some banking things. So I'm all right, fine. I'll not try and spend someone else's €6.99. I'll put my own Apple ID store stuff in, and of course, it's now a UK app store because my address that I receive mail to is in the UK. And I try and buy the thing again. Oh, you need to, you know, use your credit card. All right, you know, bank wants to verify my identity. The bank can't verify my identity at the moment because, you know, I don't have the widget. Even though it's just €6.99, and the chances of me, you know, having hacked into my card and are minimal. It's a unique device, and the actual underlying issue is, so I you know, I try and use a different credit card that I do have the Q4, and the issue is that credit card that works, the Swiss credit card, what it's called, is registered for bank in Switzerland, and my address is in the UK. I am unusual. I'm unusual enough that Apple will tell me, will prevent me from spending $6.99 on their store, and say, this is too unusual. Try another credit card. Well, those are the only two. I'm not short of money, at least not on the $6.99 level. But I've come across an issue, right? This is an issue with products. It's actually almost the opposite issue that Polkadot has had thus far. Apple are quite famous. If you read their human interface development, their guidelines, basically the user interfaces for applications, you'll find a statistic there. You'll find 80%. Well, it's not really a statistic. It's just the number. And this, they say, is the amount of your audience that you should be designing for, right? Basically, ignore the needs of the 20%. They're not important. If you're going to make money with your product, optimize. Well, not even optimize. Design for the 80%. Now, the issue here is, as you haven't seen it coming, when you're talking about payment systems, you cannot design for the 80% and call yourself a good human being. You have to design for the 100%. Apple is not a good human being anymore. Maybe in the 70s and early 80s, they had great intentions. I don't know. So take that away with you. Because for you guys, they're going to be designing these next generation Polkadot products, I know. Now, we want to help you at Parity. We want to help you do this. Yeah, that's sort of my job a bit. Most of my job actually is to make sure Parity delivers great products. But a part of that, I see a sort of benevolent action towards the ecosystem is to give you guys, as if more independent product developers, the right infrastructure to make sure you can interact with your users well and build products that find their target quickly and sit nicely. To this extent, you need to be very careful about two things: on-ramping and integration. Your products need to seamlessly on-ramp. This is hard, especially if there's a financial component. Nonetheless, it's something that I will make it my mission. Second thing, integration. They have to integrate seamlessly with the other products around you. This is hard if they're in other ecosystems. I accept that, and it's not what we will optimize for. It's not what I expect you guys to optimize for. It's not what I would advise you to optimize for. I would advise you to optimize
for the products within the ecosystem. But be thorough, be conscientious, look at those other products, see what they're doing, see how they can work with your products better. Have ideas, take the ideas to the other people. Don't be a bother, but also don't be shy if your products can be made to work with other products and give the user 5x of the value of either one. This is important, and it's not something that Polkadot has done wonderfully thus far. Keep your eye out for Parity delivered infrastructure to help you on this journey. I'm talking about proof of personhood for a start and all of the stuff that goes along with it. This will become one of your on-ramps. Another will be the Polkadot app. Another will be the Polkadot website, polkadot.com. We'll do our best to make these great for your portal needs. Go to your users through this app, these apps, and the website, and you will have our support in making your products work as well as they can for our audience. There will be additional infrastructure, probably stuff that we weren't taught on this course, that Parity will be developing and supporting over the coming months. These are primarily centered around storage of messages. If you read my little manifesto for Web3 technology that I wrote 10 years ago, 11 years ago, you'll see them mentioned. I mentioned them under other names: Twister, Swarm. So important pieces of the product, but the puzzle, the building decentralized application, Web3 application. Parity will be delivering so that you guys can use them. We'll be delivering a few other things, so we'll be announced and hopefully pushed into your vision pretty soon. Identity infrastructure, logins to make anything Web 2-ish that we might have on the side work nicely. Secret storage on public infrastructure. Agency. A good agent minimizes their vulnerability to the whim of others. Agents don't assume each other are benevolent to each other's interests. Keep an open mind though. We like to be optimists rather than pessimists or cynics, but we're not afraid of calling a spade a spade. Oh no. And we like to have a degree of security against other people's whims, because we understand it. Like ourselves, other people, it can be a bit whimsical. And sometimes their whim may affect us. It may be inadvertent, it may not be malicious, it may still affect us. Similarly, we expect forgiveness from others if we accidentally allow our whim to negatively affect those around us. Agency welcomes critical thinking, reasoning through first principles, rational, evidence-based decisions. Agents do not need protecting from themselves. Agents take responsibility for themselves. They don't need Big Brother. They don't need nanny. An agent never complains about their lack of presence. Agents are not afraid of change. Agents understand change is necessary to deliver a better world, and agents deal with it. Agents are creatures of insight and action. They do not offload responsibility for one or the other to others lightly. If you promise to do something, if you speak about your future actions, hold yourself to it. And if you cannot, beg forgiveness. Second, be useful to those around you, to wider society. Even if you owe them nothing, even if you're not making any statements that your honor code would be relevant to. Do your best to be useful. Do your best to advise useful. And if you cannot, stay silent, apologize, or explain that you cannot. But don't put your neck out there and risk other people's benefit. Build a world model.
Have other people challenge it. Keep it mobile. Keep it fluid.
Change it when you need to. When the environment shows that your old one isn't as good as it could be. Don't be afraid and be transparent about it. Help. If your world model is better than someone else's, be diplomatic, but help them see how they can improve theirs. Finally, create or engage in social agentic contracts. This is the stuff you've been learning. This is your tool set. You know the term smart contracts. I don't like that term anymore. They're not smart. And there are some other projects pushing things that they call smart contracts that I wouldn't, because they're based on trusted platforms. It's a diluted term. So to the extent you talk with people that understand this term, use it. Use them to serve in the best interests of all those they affect. And don't be shy. Make sure they are always functional. Don't cover the signals, then make sure, in terms of barriers to entry, are minimal, fair, and transparent. I hope these lessons will be useful to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Enjoy the party. Ciao, ciao.